We are deep into a season of breaking the darkness. And if you have felt nothing but stagnation since the start of the year, then I want you to know you are not alone. Many of you have seen my urgent warning video, and I thank you for taking the time to put comments in and to follow me. So I just want to say thank you to all the new subs. But I don't want to waste any time, and I want to get into talking about ways that we can continue to break up the darkness, not just in our lives, but in the way that our life impacts the collective. So today I woke up at like 5:30 a.m., grabbed the dog, got out the door, and I was walking and I instantly started to feel a new energy in the world. And I heard the sound of spring, which is fantastic because as you can see with those icicles, it's pretty cold where I am. But I realized that today was actually a day where Mars, which is all this planet of action, is ending its retrograde phase. Now, I'm not an astrologer, but I like using astrology just to help those people out there who are into it and also just want to understand how planetary impact will speak into how I work, which is I deal with energy. I'm a medium, a channel, an energy healer, and I make predictions based off energy. So I like just bringing that astrological aspect because everything is energy. But I realize that this energy is lifting the heaviness. We are breaking waves of darkness and we have a long ways to go. But I want you to just know if you've been dealing with heartbreak, grief, if there's been intense health issues, that there is going to be clarity coming into your life. And it's my excitement and my joy to say that the heaviness, the darkness is not something that is going to be forever. That is actually just a season that has been an energy to help us get focused on what our values are. So through all the contrast, both politically as well as in the dynamics of relationships and careers, we are starting to understand collectively what our values are. So I want you to understand and take even a moment right now to tap into your intuition because I'm not here to just be the only viewpoint of what intuition is and how to read energy, but I want to remind you that you're intuitive too. In fact, I know that the only people who are here watching this video right now are people who are intuitive, but sometimes can feel scared to allow that to be part of daily decision making. This entire week that we're getting ready to move into, and I'm only going to speak all the way up until March 2nd, okay, is all about you tapping into your intuition in powerful ways. If you don't tap into your intuition, then you will easily get pulled into the dynamics of other people's dramas. You'll easily get pulled into making other people's dreams happen. But we are here to set a powerful intention for renewing the connection to intuition. I want you to understand we've got a new moon in Pisces. That's happening February 27th. And like I say, if this is wrong, please, astrologers, let me know in the comments. But every new moon indicates a new cycle. And I want you to think of this not just as a new lunar cycle that you're getting ready to move into, but I want you to think of this as your intuitive new year. I want you to start to construct a long-term vision of what you want to attract in your life all the way to the end of this year. What is it that you need to make a priority on? And what do you need to say no to? And that should be very clear after all of the stagnation and all of the contrast and hardship that we've all been feeling, that heavy collective energy that we've been feeling. Like enough is enough. Let's really step into this energy of this end of a retrograde phase for us to use our intuition and craft a powerful vision for what we want, not just our lives to reflect, but also understand that how you choose to live your life impacts the collective. So it's emotional renewal that we're getting ready to flow into. You have the ability to renew everything about your life. We are moving from this heaviness of winter into a season of spring in March. And where is it within you that you are caught in the rumination of powerful betrayals that happened to you? Not just maybe in the last couple of months, but like maybe for your entire life. Maybe you're needing to renew in a way that is deeper than any other season that you've ever had in your life. And I want you to feel that. What would it feel like if you actually cut the cords to the hardships, the grief, the betrayals, the things that didn't work out, the promotions you didn't get, the health goals or the remissions that you have yet to achieve? Because if you can let the bitterness, the disappointment, the anger go, what you do is you create space. You create space for renewal. And I want you to realize that when we create space energetically, then we're able to be creative. And creative energy is how we're able to transform our inner lives and also our external world. So, February 28th, it's a very rare planetary alignment. Saturn, Mercury, Neptune, Uranus, Jupiter, and Mars are actually aligning in the sky. Now, I was off grid in all of December and half of the month of January. I was literally off grid. There were like hardly any Wi-Fi. Actually, I had to the cottage that I was at, which was on a lake, had well water. I mean, I'm not kidding when I say I was like off the grid. And the level of darkness was incredible. The stars that I could see in the sky reminded me of this planetary energy that was starting to already evolve. And we've been working at this planetary alignment. Actually, it's the last opportunity that we have to see this rare planetary alignment. But this celestial event, this movement of all of these planets getting into this alignment, is reflecting the way that even the impossible can get into alignment in our lives so we can shift into higher timelines. The collective consciousness has shifted incredibly since 2020. I know that you know that. I know that you feel that. I know that there are many people, including myself, that feel scared of what's coming towards us in the future. But we have the ability to break that wave of darkness by how we choose to live our life. I'm not here to fearmonger. I'm not here to also deny that preparation for an unknown future is for your best advantage, both energetically and physically. So I love a lot of people in the last video I posted that said, my go bag, I've got it together. I love that. But prepare for continued intense energetic shifts. Prepare for March 1st, which brings a Venus retrograde. Now, energetically, for me, I see that there could be more tense political events that are going to occur. So March 1st for me energetically since December 2024 and since the start of this year, I've actually put off making major decisions till after March 1st. And that's because it is a signal that we are getting ready to move into deep introspection about what and who truly aligns with our soul. And this is going to be an energy that goes until April 12th. So we've got some massive shifts that are be happening to us individually in terms of love, money, as well as self-worth. And if you are surrounded by toxicity, your self-worth will crumble if you don't understand how to have healthy boundaries around you and choose to be around people who understand you and that give you the space to simply be. There's also another Mercury-Saturn conjunction in Pisces that's occurring, and all you beautiful astrologers, this gets complicated. I'm so glad I just read energy because astrology is literally a type of science, but it is about structured thinking, clarity, deep reflection. And March 1st is also encouraging you patience, long-term planning, which I already said energetically. I want you to think of this as the new year and for you to gain spiritual insights from who have you become since January 2020. And I know that's a massive block of time, but if you were to take 5 minutes and ask yourself, who have you become today? What do you like about yourself? And what do you want to continue to expand or improve or heal? And if you took 5 minutes, here's a practical piece of spiritual homework that I'm giving you. If you gave yourself 5 minutes to think about it or write it down, that level of self-awareness can lead to pivotal breakthroughs in terms of understanding who is for you and who is against you. Although most of the times when I talk to clients and I ask who has been the energetic drain in your life, people know instantly. It is time to put the cap on the drain. And we can also shift into looking at politics. Maybe the politics of everything that's unfolding has just been impacting you personally. Maybe you're one of those government employees that got a letter of you suddenly losing your job. And I have deep compassion for you, but I don't want you to give up. I want you to not fret that the biggest devastating moment, that letter coming to you, is actually setting you up for a piece of greatness in your life. There will be difficulty in the transition. It will be unexpected for many government employees that get um, this letter that they've been laid off, fired, however you want to look at it. But it is not the end of your story. And I encourage you to start to create the vision of what do you want next in your life. You are a skilled, gifted worker. This world needs you. Do not believe for a second that you're not valuable. And I'm sorry for the struggles that you're having to go through. So, how can you also, as we start to get to March 2nd, which is when the energy of that Venus retrograde really starts to take hold? This is when we're going to start to see more intense emotional shifts, relationship evaluations, and financial considerations. I feel intuitively that legislation will continue to impact our financial institutions in ways that we have yet to see. I know that's a bit cryptic. People are like, could you just be so specific? And sometimes I'm cryptic on purpose. There will be new blowers coming forward, I believe, in the month of March, as well as in the following month, regarding unlawful approaches to policy shifts. I'll just say it like that. I also want to say, as this energy intensifies, allow the feminine energy within you to come forth. And when I say feminine energy, realize that we all have masculine and we all have feminine energy. Feminine is asking for you to call in deep love for yourself. In fact, when I was like doing my hair using my blow dryer, I got so excited because I knew that I was going to be recording this and that you would be listening to me at this point, to understand that now is the time to make your health the greatest priority that you have ever made, ever. Maybe you're just completely out of shape, like me. I do a kettlebell workout. I'm sore for 4 days. And that's because I have been doing the work. I'll call myself out first, but I'm excited. I know that I've been pushing myself to get back into better alignment with my health, and I want to encourage you to do that as well. How are you eating healthy? How are you honoring your physical body? The energetic world is calling upon you to find ways to heal emotional eating and other imbalances like over drinking. You have the capacity to find healthier ways. And if you want to seize the energy of the start of March, then you need to step into greater self-love. You are the individual that's being called forth to break the wave of darkness. And if you can't break it within your own life and the cycles and the patterns and the energies that are showing up within your life, then it will not matter what happens to the collective. Because it's very interesting. I have a friend who's in economics, and he is based in Canada, went to Africa, is living in Portugal right now, and so he's an economist. And one of the things that he brought to me was a reminder that economy and economics is simply a measure of individual decision making. If I can make impact in this collective, then let it be around values of improving self-worth. And ways that we improve that sense of self-worth is by actually loving ourselves through eating healthy foods, loving ourselves by saying no to toxicity and people that drain our energy, saying no to toxic work environments, learning to have boundaries to honor where your soul, your higher self is guiding you next. I am not the only intuitive person here, although I will say I'm grateful to connect with you right now, to inspire you to see that there is a path forward with the heaviness and the darkness that has been unfolding, that you are the light, you are the source of making this world a better place. And all I can do is advocate you to step into a greater sense of your values, understanding what are your core values. I'll let you know, I've been reading this book and it's called On Tyranny. It's written by Timothy Snyder, and really the graphic comic book version. Okay. It's great. I love it. But it's helped me understand what I stand for and what I stand against. And I am not here for allowing my personal life to be ruled by a dictator. And I will not inspire collective leaders to bring tyranny in to democracy. One thing you might not know about me is my great-great-grandfather signed the Declaration of Independence. And when he signed that Declaration of Independence, it was advocating for the freedom of America. And I am an ancestor that is in my blood lineage, and I am here to advocate for that. And what you may not also know is that my great-great-grandfather on my father's side was Buffalo Bill Cody. And he was very tied into the indigenous First Nations, more so after the spectacle of killing thousands of bison. Obviously, we look back at that and it's like, I can't even speak on that. It's so tragic. But he went on to create a beautiful integration between indigenous people, helping to support their culture and their cause. And so may I just share with you that I have on one side this beautiful connection to a Wild West figure that loved and adored indigenous people, but also traditions. And how can we connect to the earth and be in our most natural state? That is the path, and that is the path that helps us break tyranny. I also just want to say that I love aromatherapy. And so I'm just going to give a little recommendation. Please, this is not a sponsored post or I don't have any affiliations, but I love using aromatherapy. And I have been right now using the Marseille remedy. It is called Thieves Oil, and it is a wonderful scent to diffuse. This is where I'm giving you spiritual homework. You can pass on this. You can be like, I am going out and buying aromatherapy. I got you. But I'm just sharing with you. If you want to diffuse this scent to help you ground and to help you feel energetic shifts, I recommend aromatherapy. Use your intuition. Use what's right for you. The second piece of spiritual homework that I'm going to leave you with is that I want you to find 3 to 5 objects in your house that no longer spark joy. And yes, that is a reference to Marie Kondo. But there are things in your physical house that need to be let go of. So please find 3 to 5 things. If you can find more than that, yeah, I'm proud of you. You're shifting energy, but give that to a thrift store if that makes sense, so that we can work at creating a more sustainable environment and letting people use things that we no longer use. Oh my God, sorry, it just clicked in my head. I'm sort of like advocating for spring cleaning, but really what I want you to do is cleanse your energetic space so that you can allow greater positive energy in. And sometimes we do need to declutter. And by the way, I'm doing that myself. I have been doing that actually all morning. The third piece of spiritual homework that I would love for you to do, for you to tap into your intuition. I want you to really go for a walk in your neighborhood, listen to the sounds of your community, and then have an internal conversation with yourself about what you want to bring in for the year ahead. Right now, I decided I'm going to become a certified nutritionist as well as an accredited personal trainer. I know that seems ridiculous. I'm a medium, a channel, an energy healer. Why am I doing these things? By the way, I'm already a certified health coach, which took me over a year of diligent, heavy studying. I had to provide 6 case studies and pass all of these vigorous tests to get my certification as a health coach, but I want to run deeper in medical mediumship. And understanding personal training will help me understand anatomy in a way so that when I work with clients, I can be even more specific. Because I do medical mediumship. It's not the medical medium where you just need to drink celery juice. I actually can tell people what their energetic blockages are that are connected to the health challenge, the imbalance, the disease that they are dealing with. If you watch me go live on YouTube or TikTok, you'll understand exactly what I mean because I not only do this work privately, I actually go on social media live and I do free readings for people. And then you can watch the way that I work because I walk the talk. I was like, I talk the walk. No, I walk the talk. So do not give up, dear intuitive friend, spiritual bestie. I want you to be the spiritual rebel in your life who finally is getting into synchronicity to what your highest self is calling towards you. You have the capacity. You have found this video to validate that you know the way. And I encourage you, follow through with a spiritual homework and then let me know if any of this worked for you or if any of this helps. And with that, I just want to say, and this is how I end almost every single podcast or live on TikTok that I've ever done. I always say that no matter what hardship, adversity, challenge is on your plate, whether it's looking at your bank account, maybe it's dealing with heartbreak, divorce, breakup, maybe it's a challenging child, maybe it is family issues or health, that there is a way through this obstacle. There is a way to break the obstacle, the darkness up. And it is through faith, hope, love, courage, and a brave heart that you can find one step after another step until eventually you're at the top of a summit and you see the light again. And when you get to the top of that mountain, I want you to understand you weren't traveling alone. You had an entire spiritual team with you from the highest source, angels, ascended masters, celestial beings, aka Galactic Federation, spirit guides, loved ones in the afterlife, as well as ancestors working to support you in positive, loving expansion. So with that, thank you, and I'll see you in my next video. Do I need to tell people to like and sub? I know I feel like we understand that at this moment, but just in case you don't get it, go ahead and sub right now. And I want you to know I have the deepest faith in everything that you're going through. You have the ability to break this wave of darkness. Let it start this week.